Not that I've ever been in witness protection, but like, the movies and things like that. Your whole identity, there's no connection to the past. Hey guys, welcome back to Is It Tuesday podcast. I'm Cris Cavallari. I am looking like, this is one thing I love about my style, right? When I think I look like when I threw something on, it still looked like something. And it's a beautiful thing because I'm like, although I am, like, I know this is together, right? I've realized that. But sometimes you just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I feel like it could have been a little bit more together if I had my jewelry on and this on and this on and that on and this on and that on. And over the last, not even, I feel like it's been a gradual thing, but I've really sat in it and understood it the last year, maybe six, year. And I go out all the time unbeat, but I'm always polished and presentable, right? Like I wash my face, I get the crust out my eyes. Like, you're going to put a bra on, you're going to do your things, right? But over the years, I've gotten more confident with like my bare skin. And for a long time, I was trying to figure out like, why do I keep thinking I have bad skin? And I remember, and I'm not even going to put like a stamp on it, but I do remember sometimes where people like, you ever go somewhere and they're like, it could be a family, it could be your friends, it could be whoever, someone like you're close with, and they're like, oh, what happened? Like, what's that? And now they point out this one thing, and now you're just uberly like insecure about it. Or somebody be like, oh, well, what you do to your hair? And you would just kind of be thinking to yourself, like, it's almost that undertone of like, anyway, I've gotten so comfortable now because over the years growing up, at your grandmama's house, wherever, someone's always pointed out something on you and it made you feel like, just their tone, like made you feel like something was wrong with it, right? And that's why a lot of us is out here doing a lot of things because we are trying to fix something that we didn't know was broken, but someone else made us feel that way. Anyway, all of that to say, I am here. And yes, I could have did a little bit like, you know what, I'm going to jump on camera real quick. Let me just do a little 1-2. And I was like, you know what, I don't have that time. I don't have that time. Today, basketball practice started. Shout out to my son who is playing basketball this year again. And this year he's like really focused. Like it's so crazy to look at your child and see like how they inherit things and, this just naturally in them. Like this is passed down, right? Just like their talents and gifts and things like that are passed down, so are other things. But today we're choosing to look at the bright side of things. Like we're not talking about, the things. We're going to find joy in the small things too, right? I find a lot of joy in watching my son play sports, and basketball practice started today. I told him last night, because he's been so good over the summer and like we've been going to games, I'm not a sports person at all. Okay. But I now have a 7-year-old and, he's always been into sports. He loves soccer. He loves basketball. He loves, like, only thing I feel like we haven't really tackled is like baseball. We used to like go hit the ball, but basketball and soccer, I don't know if that's like I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm telling you one thing, the type of compliments. I had a teacher parent conference the other day and the teacher was like, his coordination, like after we talked about all his academics and he's doing amazing, she's like, his coordination and I'm like, I know his principal, everyone is just noticing this. And I'm like, yo, one thing he loves and he's very passionate about is sports. And we had basketball practice today and I had the opportunity, his best friend is playing with him. And his dad was there. His parents are, amazing. So I was like, oh, I'll drop him off at home. So, of course, when I dropped him off at home, I knew the boys had a plan. So Goliath ended up staying there for a minute. And I'm like, oh, I have to run to Philly. And, Shannon's like, go ahead. Good. I got him. Blah, blah, blah. And tonight we're going to a fundraiser at the school. So today is a busy day. But I was like, yo, I have to start sitting down. I have to get focused. I came in here so tonight, this is going to be so fun. Tonight is Paint the Town Red. And it's a fundraiser to raise funds for the tuition assistance that his school provides. So tonight's theme is denim and diamonds. So it's two pieces that I'm thinking about wearing. I'm thinking about wearing a denim suit from Icon or the Canadian tuxedo, which is it's a hit. I think that's what I'm gonna wear, right? Because I'm tired of being in like blazers. That is like a bodysuit with a long fishtail skirt. I feel like showing out. It's Saturday, and his school knows how to party. It's a great cause. It's a like auction, like raffle. I don't want to say, I guess, auction, raffle. But I think I'm gonna wear that. I'm looking at it because that's literally what I came here to grab. I was like, oh my gosh, I left my outfit. But anyways, Goliath is so amazing in sports. And I thought about, like, I'm watching him. First of all, and there's no just watching. You have to participate in some way. So since he starts showing that genuine, like real interest. And even when it was just like little baby five stuff, he always had a basketball hoop. He always had this little soccer balls and things all over the house. And now he has his soccer stuff. Like, I've created this whole thing in the basement where it's the turf grass, and I ordered the nets from the goalie things from Amazon. And then we have a basketball court. Like, these are all small things, but these are things to just really nurture what he's into right now. And I'm just so thrilled. But I was like, yo, I have to start watching sports. I have to start learning the plays. I have to start learning what's what, like what's the, all of that stuff, all of the things and what the rules and regulations are, because I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So I ran up here, grabbed the stuff, and I was thinking all of the topics that I wanted to tap on, and I knew community was one. And I think I started speaking about it on one of these episodes when I was speaking about the nanny, and she's just, she knows all the things, and she got a briefing of this. And I actually text her like, hey, send her a video of him at basketball, because she's like, he's so good. And I'm like, girl, I know. But today I just thought about community. When I was driving here, and everything went so smooth last night. We went to bed on time. Our cats, because now I'm a cat mom of two now. I have two fucking cats. I have two cats. I didn't want a cat years ago, and I have a cat. I have two Bengals now. Hazel is our new cat, and she's adopted. She's 5 years old, and it's going well. Our house is it's just crazy. Like right now, I'm in a sense of like, I'm just giddy for some reason. I'm really giddy. And I'm looking at the time like, baby, the event starts at 6. We go on a pregame at 5. It's almost 1 o'clock. I got a 45-minute drive. I'm leaving. But it feels so good. Sometimes we look for a problem. And lately I've been realizing there are no problems. Like, my son is emerged in his sports and his academics are going well, and he's healthy and happy. I am looking how I'm looking and feeling. The studio looks great. We got 2 cats. We are thriving. We are really like just in the flow. We're in a flow. I could literally think of things that I would have said before, but I'm choosing to acknowledge all the beauty in what is going on and how things are transpiring. Like it's sometimes unreal, and I say that a lot because it really is. This is the life that I've created. Like, this is the life that I said, okay, God, this is what I'm gonna work for. These are, like, I'm looking at the promises and I'm like, I did keep these promises. I've made a pact, a silent pact with myself. And I'm up, I'm like, and I don't know soccer mom shit, but for real, like we up on time, breakfast is made, cats are fed, both of us are showered and ready. And, it just was like a nice river. Like it just was flowing. When you get to that side, when you realize things are flowing, don't sabotage it. Don't sabotage it by just dwelling on the past or the what ifs or why is this not this or this is this. There's a ton of things I could say right now about these are small things, right? I could say how such and such is missing. I could really go back in there. It's a choice now. I'm choosing to stay on this side. It's going to take you a while, though. When you get near that line, when you get right there, you're going to keep going like this because you got too many questions. I want you to start saying, you know what? Out of sight, out of mind. If it's out of my hands, it's not my problem. Like, you got to really make that decision to say, I don't live there anymore. I don't have to dwell on that. Because when you pick it, it keeps coming back, right? Right now, I'm just thinking how my son is having a great motherfucking time with a community that was built naturally and gradually. How I'm just dropping, his friend off and his mom's like, oh, well, go ahead and I'll see you in a bit. I'm thinking, God, even if it doesn't appear the way that I thought it would, nothing has stopped this motion. I got some things to do, but I said I'm going to sit down. I was like, I'm going to sit down for a second. I got a little bit of time. Bitch, I could have went and got a salad and I could have went and got lunch. But I'm just thinking, what you do small, you do big, and your habits create that's where you'll see what you're really doing. And with me, because of always being like, just too many tabs open, you can't focus. You like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do that. So many things. I got to sit the fuck down. I got to sit down. I'm really just in awe. I don't even know how much sense this gonna make. I'm really accepting the challenge of my purpose. I'm accepting that I've been on every side. I'm now teaching myself that although I packed light, there's still some things that could be discarded. It's almost like when you go into witness protection. Not that I've ever been in witness protection, but like, the movies and things like that. Your whole identity, there's no connection to the past. There's a new ID. There's a new social security card. You're relocated. Everything is new. At first, it feels really difficult because what you thought you knew is no longer, right? You think you can't survive without these things, right? And then you're in a new place, in a new timeline with different people that are there to assist you. It's almost like when you're so used to negativity, when someone's being positive, you think they're being smart. You think it's like some gimmick. You think it's something, like you don't know how to embrace that. I am finally at a space in my life where I'm like, that's not even what they mean. And I'll say it out loud to myself because it's just so common. Like, I went to Atlanta for the day to Protect Your Energy Con, and I got to see Imani the Hood Healer. I got to spend time with Ko. I seen Kayla. Like, it was so many beautiful things that I like just in the 24 hours, right? And the funny thing is, that was the most stress-free 24-hour trip I've ever taken. That was the first time my son was at a sleepover at his friend's house. And you know what it felt like? The more I helped myself, the more the universe helped me. I know y'all don't like when people say universe. Who do you think created? Never mind. I don't feel like it today. But let me just say what I was going to say. The more I helped myself, the more I released the things that were not helping me, it made room for people and things that are helping me. That's so funny because that's just the delivery. Of course, people like, people, listen, I glow. So, it's nice to have people in every area, but this is a package, I want to go get a tea or coffee before I leave. Oh, I'll get it for you. Like, it's just small, beautiful gestures from the universe. Like, you good. You could relax. You're not there no more. That's what I'm really like. You could chill. See, the problem, and I'm gonna go back to the trip, because the problem is when you start to relax, people that used to be in your energy and around you, they're going to take it. Like, your absence is gonna feel like but you really y'all just on different frequencies, that's where I could get back to. When I went on this trip, my sitting situation got canceled, last minute after I paid for this ticket. I already had my flight after it was already confirmed that they could do it, which is no problem. And I didn't get upset. I was like, okay, don't worry about it. Like, things happen. Everybody is not supposed to drop, stop and drop and do this for you. So it's okay. No big deal. I called Shannon. Shannon is my son's best friend's mom. I called Shannon and I'm like, well, I'll text her, hey, I have a last minute trip. Do you think X, Y, and Z? She's like, oh my God, they've been begging for one anyway. They've been asking, and we've been friends for a good time, and it's such a good feeling, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. My flight is at this time. I dropped G off. This was the part that got me. I dropped him off at 7:30. This lady goes, do you want me to take you to the airport? I can take you. I've never, and I'm not even exaggerating, in a time had someone offer to take me to the airport. It's not that no one's ever taken me to the airport. I've never had someone offer. Now, I may have to say, hey, you think you can drop me off? Then you may have to bribe. You could take my car. You could borrow my car for the weekend. I'll put gas in your car. Or, some shit. It has to be an exchange. I was like, no, I'm just I'll be back tomorrow. It's okay. And on my drive to the airport, I heard it start accepting help. But it was like that right there was like, no big deal. But it was just such a small but sweet gesture, because I'm telling you, I'll be the first one to drop you off. And it just felt good to have it done for me. So I'm like, nah, it's okay. I got to that airport and I got on the plane and everything was fine. Everything was good. I walked slow to my gate. I got me something to eat. I sat down. I didn't have a check bag because I was only going for 24 hours, and when I landed in Atlanta and I cut my phone back on, videos, hey, the boys went fishing and went on a hike, played rugby, basketball, and I'm just sitting there. This is throughout the time, but they went fishing and everything, and they was on a hike, and all I smiled, and we're still on a plane. We didn't deplane yet, but I smiled, and I thought life's been asking me to take him fishing, or he's like, you want to go fishing, and although like I said, we're staying on the light side, I always was thinking damn, I got to learn how to fish. These aren't things that I thought about. But for them to just naturally be done, like I said, it felt like the warmest embrace from the universe. Everything is working out for your higher self. Everything is working out for you guys. And I'm really excited about it. I want you to start taking a real inventory, looking around, and just like I said before, what are the small things that you're grateful for? It doesn't have to be on a huge scale. Sometimes we go so big and then you're like, oh my God, you don't realize the small wins. I was able to come up here sit down, record an episode, grab what I needed to grab, do a voiceover for the Black Friday commercial, do that. Like, it's small thing. Grab a coffee, go back home. It's small wins. It's very small wins. But if you don't acknowledge those small wins, you're going to get into a space of feeling like nothing's working out for me, and it all works out for you. Maybe not at your speed. I don't know what this episode's about. I don't know. Sometimes I think like that, and I'll be like, Josh, I don't think that one was good. I don't like that. And it's just like, sometimes I just talk. But I tell you what, if I'm happy that I've taken these steps. I'm happy that I could see clearly now. The rain is gone. It's going to be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Anyway, I'm about to leave, so you'll see what I wore to the fundraiser later, which I already told y'all, but you'll see it on. It's bawdy, okay? So thank you so much, guys, for joining me this week on Is It Tuesday podcast. I'm Cris Cavallari.